Justin, what do you think about the 9/11 Truth Movement and their call for a new investigation into 9/11?
Yeah, 9/11 was conducted by terrorists from overseas, and I don't believe that it was an internal attack.
Okay. Justin, over here.
Yes.
You had to sign a non-disclosure, and just you and a handful of people that you
Sure.
alerted to be there, and a non-disclosure that you can't even tell other members of Congress who just didn't get the memo.
That's right.
And my question to you is, did you actually honor your word to them, or say screw off and you told everybody you knew in Congress?
No, I honor the non-disclosure.
Why?
Why? Because
It's despicable. They're asking you to do a despicable act. Why would you honor that?
I think we are accomplishing what we need to right now. Things are getting out to the public, and it's going to come out one way or the other. This information will come out eventually. They can't. The kind of things that they are trying to hide can't be hidden forever. So I'm going to honor the non-disclosure, and I'm not going to talk about the things that I see in classified briefings.
I really appreciate your accessibility on Facebook and Twitter. Can you talk a little bit about how important it is to, one, call our representatives on important votes like this, and two, how important it is to use social media as grassroots activists to get in touch with you guys and to spread this message?
Yeah, thanks for the question. I've been saying for a long time, and people didn't always believe it, that if you call your members of Congress, you can have a major impact on what goes on in Congress. And I hope that for the first time, people are starting to see that. I've been saying for the past couple years, my colleagues care so much about how many people have called their office. If you ask them on a particular issue, they'll say, well, we've gotten this many calls on this issue. If I'm trying to persuade them on something and they tell me we haven't gotten any calls on that, I'm not likely to persuade them. If they've gotten 100 calls and it's like 100 to 1 in favor of my position, then they're going to go with me. And when you have an issue like Syria where it was like 1,000 to 1, they're definitely going with me. So make those phone calls. You can actually influence policy. Now, is that the most principled way, if you're a member of Congress, that you just listen to whatever the phone calls are? No, you have to follow the Constitution. You have to follow the rule of law. You should do what's right. But there are certain issues, especially things like war, where you do need to have the public behind you. You need to have public support if you're going to do that. And you should know what you should really consider and know and care about what the public thinks. But in any event, whatever the issue, the more you call, the more you can affect it. Use social media. I've been using social media to get the word out about things. I think it's had a huge impact. I don't know. Yep.
Whether it's Benghazi or the IRS or any of the other investigations, I always see them go out with these subpoenas. Please turn over the emails about this subject or that subject. When are the committee is going to ask for electronic access where they get a username and password and they can look at any email they want anytime they want and just get access to everything?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I'm on the oversight committee, and I think they have very broad powers to go and get that information. But I don't know what steps they've taken.
Hi, I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but are you allowed to tell us who you were able to drag along to the briefing with you?
I might be allowed to tell you. I'm not going to tell you, though. But I'll say I had a lot of good guys there, and smart guys who were very helpful in the briefing. Obviously, if I asked them to come to the briefing, you can probably guess who some of them are.